back to Gabbing with Jessa. Today I am going to be doing the 25 bookish things about me tag, I believe it is. I most recently saw this on Rachel Karras' channel, so I'll have her channel linked down below. You should definitely check out her video and her channel as well. But I just thought it was a lot of fun. I was sitting last night thinking about all the bookish facts I could think about me. I was able to come up with 25, and so this is just gonna be a fun video to learn a little more about me. These are gonna kind of be just like all over the place, so bear with me. I have been reading for as long as I can remember. I always loved reading. I always remember having a book with me, especially when I was younger. I was just so fascinated in the world of being able to read. My first favorite series that I read when I was younger was Junie B. Jones. Recently, now that I've started reading again, I've realized that I am definitely a library girl over buying the book, but I'm not going to pretend like I haven't bought any books recently. I really like to listen to celebrities' autobiographies and a lot of nonfiction on audio. That is my preferred method for those types of books, either because the celebrity is reading it themselves or the narrator for the nonfiction is able to keep my interest a little bit better than maybe reading a nonfiction would be. I've mentioned this a few times before, but in middle school I was in a competitive reading club. It was called Battle of the Books, and essentially what we had to do was there was a list of 15 books. It was divided up into 5th and 6th graders and 7th and 8th graders, so they would have to read those same set of 15 books depending on what grade you were in. And essentially you just had to recall facts from the books, events of what happened, anything like that. In my middle school, we had 2 teams for both the 5th and 6th grade. We had an A team and a B team. And for all 4 years while I participated, I was on the A team. I was also the secretary for the A team for all 4 years as well. Basically, my role was to write the book title and author as fast as I could. You didn't have to worry about writing words like the, or I could use a little plus sign for and. You didn't have to worry about capitalization or anything like that. But that was my job. I had to write it down as quickly as I could after my team figured out what it was. I was in the biggest reading slump in high school and college, and that makes me really sad. I loved reading so much in middle school and elementary school, but unfortunately because of the workload or because of other activities that I was doing, I wasn't really able to find the time to read as much as I would have liked to. Whenever I had downtime, I just kind of used it to reorganize myself and whatever I was doing that day with either my classes or my clubs. And so I wasn't really able to dedicate as much time to reading during those years as I would have liked to. However, after I graduated college, I did get back into reading as well, and that's when I decided to start this channel as well, because that's also when I discovered BookTube. Even though I wasn't a big reader in college, my college roommate for 4 years was a huge reader, and she has inspired me to get back into reading. She keeps recommending me books on Goodreads, and I know that I can always trust her to know what I would like. My favorite genre is mystery and thriller books. Just something about trying to figure something out always just keeps me on the edge of my seat. I got my very first library card in January 2004. I had just recently turned 8 years old, and I still have it to this day. This is the exact same card. I remember I didn't really like to sign things. I wasn't a big fan of cursive, so you can't see it anymore, but I did completely print out my name and I added a smiley face on the back. And this is still the card that I use to this very day. I usually can't read with any kind of background noise, whether that be music playing or the TV on or something like that. I've tried to be able to figure out how to do that, but honestly I really can't. I can't focus on the book as much as I would like to, and sometimes I have to go back and reread sections because I don't know what was going on. Because we are in the summer months and summer is winding down, for the last few months my favorite place to read has been outside, right outside by my pool, whether that be in a lounge chair or on a floaty in the pool. In 7th grade, my teacher for English had this really comfy reading chair. It was one of those circle chairs, and I was inspired so much that I got it for Christmas. It was like the best gift I got, and it is still my current reading chair to this day. For mystery and thriller books, I kind of like to guess the murderer or the final scene or something within the first few chapters, and sometimes I am right, and that's not because of poor reading or writing, I mean. For the book, it's just something I like to personally do. Sometimes you can figure it out, especially if you've read the same author for a while. I can kind of figure it out where they're going with everything, but it's just a fun way to keep me entertained. I honestly hate DNFing books. I always want to try to give the book a chance, whether that take me forever to finish it. I still would like to be able to actually say that I have finished it and then give a review on it. In 6th grade, we had to, for English class, write a poetry book and write a children's book. And yes, I still have both of those to this day. One of the things that I remember looking back on this was that we had to use certain elements in English that we were learning about, and one of those things was alliteration. So that is why we have Joyful Jess's Jazzy Book of Poems and A Stupendous Sock Story. My cousin is a self-published author. I've recently talked about this book in my coffee book tag, but you should definitely check out her book, Rare Like Us. I used to not like giving negative reviews. I feel like it was a way of saying I didn't really enjoy the book, especially when I had a lot of friends who did enjoy the book. If I said something bad about it, I feel like that was just something wrong with me and the way I read it, but now I really don't care. I used to only love paperback books, especially when I was a kid, but now I'm slowly transitioning into hardcovers where, I don't know, I just like the sturdiness of it. I like just the feeling of it. I don't know. I just recently started to realize that, hey, I actually do like hardcovers. I usually don't tend to snack while I'm reading, maybe if I'm reading a textbook or reading an article or something like that, but when it comes to books itself, I don't usually like to snack or really drink or do anything like that. I want to be focused on the book. I go back and forth in phases of whether or not I want to read like all physical books or all electronic ebooks. Like, I don't know, I just go in phases where I'm like, ooh, I need to get everything that I'm reading currently in a physical book. And then like 2 months later, I'll be like, ooh, I need to get everything that I'm reading in an ebook format. Like, I don't know, it just happens. It's just different phases. Recently, I have just started going to Barnes & Noble just to walk around, just feel the ambiance of being in a bookstore, looking at the different things, looking at the different titles, and seeing what I could be interested in, and honestly, just like walking around, feeling just so relaxed. I don't know, it's very nice. And my last fact is that I love being a reader. Well, there you guys go. There are 25 bookish facts about me. Let me know some bookish facts about you down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, keep on gabbing.